Hello, my name is Matt Rother, aka Guy Media. I am a soon-to-be director, writer, actor, and comedian. Today I will be discussing about a certain man by the name of John Coltrane. John Coltrane was an American saxophone player who became an iconic jazz figure. He was a man surrounded by music. After being enlisted in the Navy, he created his first recording with a quartet of his fellow sailors. Even though his talent got him several gigs, his use of drugs like heroin were what hindered his career for the period of time. Despite having a drug addiction, he managed to find work under Miles Davis and started work on his albums. The reason I went with John Coltrane is because from what I read, his work was met with people who found it too different. This is something that I myself can relate with, as I myself have encountered something similar when expressing my messages. But despite that, both myself and good old Coltrane have continued doing what we do by expressing his, or in this case, our deepest self and most primal emotions. You create a visceral effect on the listeners. In Robert Greene's book Mastery, he went for a strategy called the authentic voice. This is something I myself can connect with because for most of my life, it's been about having an authentic voice. I've always been a brutally honest person, sometimes to my own detriment. Someone who says it as it is and makes it a policy to never sugarcoat anything. Most of my work focuses on expressing a certain message. I'm a person who will take any kind of risk just to get a point across. It's like what Mr. Green said, let your work solely demonstrate your individual spirit. There are seven deadly sins mentioned, or seven deadly realities mentioned by Robert Greene. The closest two that I could fall under would have to be envy and flightiness. When it comes to envy, I'm not really a jealous person for the most part, nor have I ever been. But there are times when I'm watching a content creator and they make a joke and I think to myself, huh, I wish I would have thought of that. Flightiness is one that I've more so experienced in the past. There were some projects that I had in mind and some that I've thought up in the past, but over time I either scrapped them or incorporated them into another one of my projects. Now, if there were two questions that I had for our girl friend Coltrane, it'd probably be these. One, how and when did he meet the people he'd eventually work with? And two, how long ago did he come up with his music? And that would be my discussion on our good old friend John Coltrane.